What's up, subscribers and subscribers to be? Welcome back to the channel. If you're already subscribed, make sure you go ahead and hit the like button below. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe and hit the like button. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about the investments that I plan on making in August of 2020. Those investments are going to mostly be stock market investments. But before I start all of that, I want you guys to go ahead and sign up for my stock market membership group. The link for the group is in the description below. The website is everythingmikes.com. That's everythingmikes.com. Once you get to the website, you will see a stock market membership tab. And if you click on that tab, you will then be on the stock market group's membership page. The only thing about it is that you won't have access to the group until I grant you access, and I'll need your email in order to do that. If you're interested in joining the group, there's a $20 entry fee. You can pay that fee below using the Cash App link. My Cash App is Mansa ENT. That's $Mansa ENT. And I'll try to put that somewhere on the video for you guys to see. But if you're interested in doing that, go ahead and Cash App your fee. Put your email address in the notes, and I'll go ahead and add you to the group. You'll receive an email notification saying that you have been added. And once you go to everythingmikes.com and you click on the tab for the stock market membership group, you can just enter your email and you'll have access to the page. Once you're on that page, you'll be able to see the top stocks that I'm buying. And that includes the stocks that I normally put in videos like this, but you'll be able to see those stocks before I create the videos. Sometimes I get kind of bagged up and I may not have time to do a video or to get pushed back. If that is to happen and you're part of that group, you'll be able to see that. I'll also post my YouTube videos there. So if you want to get to my videos without having to go to YouTube, you can go there. And along with that, I'll have buy and sell alerts. So anytime I'm personally buying or selling a stock, I'll also let you guys know. With that being said, I want to go ahead and get into the main portion of this video, which is the stocks that I'm going to be buying in August of 2020. The first stock that's on my list is going to be the Cheesecake Factory. Its ticker symbol is CAKE. The reason that this is on my list, and I guess first I kind of did the list in order from what I wanted to purchase the least to the most. The reason that the Cheesecake Factory is the first stock on my list is because it currently does not have a PE ratio, which basically means that as of right now, the company isn't making all that much money. Last year, the company came close to becoming profitable, but with everything going on recently with the whole virus and current global situations that are going on, it has really caused a scare for their stock. Their PE, like I said, is currently does not exist. Their stock's high and low for the past year or 52 weeks has been a high of 45 and a low of 14. The mid-range being about 30 on that. The stock is currently $24, and that's why I'm buying it. In my opinion, the mid-range for its 52-week high and low should be around $30. It's currently about $6 under that, which is a good percentage. 6 goes into 24 4 times. So I feel that this stock has room to increase by about 25%. So being that I feel like this stock can increase by 25%, I personally like this company. I personally like to eat at their restaurants. And if you have time, definitely look at what their company is doing. They planned on expanding prior to this whole virus issue, but now that these things are going on, they're taking a halt, but they still plan on expanding in the future. And I think I can possibly capitalize off that, being that I can see them growing at least 25% in the next year. Currently, the Cheesecake Factory has about $73 million in free cash. Their operating expenses for the last year are about $128 million. So at their current rate that they're going, if they were to make no money anymore, they would last about maybe about 3/4 of a year. As I said earlier, last year their revenue was decent. They almost reached profitability. Their revenue was up about 30%. Ever since this whole pandemic issue has came about, their revenue has been down about 120%. With that revenue going down, the company itself, its stock value has also taken a hit. And that's another reason that I'm thinking about purchasing this company. The stock value is kind of on the low because of its recent hit, but I do think the company will do well, probably late this year or next year. The next company on my list is going to be Tencent. A lot of you may have heard of Tencent when it comes to the gaming world. They are the company that's behind Fortnite. There's a new Call of Duty. I don't really know the name of it. I'm not super familiar with it. But there's a new gaming system that Call of Duty has that they own where you can play on like your cell phone and different types of things. This is a really popular company in the last few years. I'm sure you guys have heard of Fortnite if you have any kids or anything around you. Also, outside of Fortnite in China, they're one of China's biggest companies. And over the past few years, they've been buying a lot of smaller companies, a lot of really good companies. If you get a chance to actually do the research, go check it out. But they've been buying these companies, and I do believe that these companies are going to put them in a position to be a huge powerhouse in China when it comes to the stock market, especially within the next 5 years moving forward. The 52-week high and low for Tencent is $72 and $40. The mid-range price of that would be about $55, and the current price is $68. So right now it's kind of on the higher spectrum of its 52-week high and low. But even with that in mind, looking at what they plan on doing in the future, I still plan on buying this company. When I look at their balance sheet, they have about $66 billion on cash. Their current operating expenses for a year are at about $80 billion. That's not that much of a difference. So this company could last about a year if they were to make no money. If you look at 2019, the company's income went up about 42%. This year, even though the whole pandemic situation has been going on, this company's revenue has still increased by 10%. Meaning that not only are they doing just as well as they were doing last year, they're doing better actually. So with this in mind, this is one of the main reasons that I'm interested in purchasing Tencent. The third company on my list is Cirrus Logic, ticker symbol CRUS, C-R-U-Z. This company is responsible for most of the chips that are dealing with like voice activated things such as Siri and whatever's in the Amazon Echo and all that good stuff. If you have any type of electronic device that requires voice activation or just uses voice altogether, you're probably using some type of Cirrus Logic technology. Definitely, like I said, with all the stocks on this list, this is one of those companies that you want to look into and research. As of right now, this company's PE is 24. Typically, you want to find a company that has a PE of around 15. That's good for your average company. This company, Cirrus Logic here, is growing a lot faster than your average company. So you would expect it to have a PE that's way, way, way above 15. But being that it's only at 24, which is not that much above 15, it's a company that I'm really looking at. When I was looking at their balance sheet, I saw that their operating expenses was about $478 million, and they have about half of that on hand, which isn't too bad. Their company would last about maybe 6 months if they weren't to make any more money from this point. But being that they're focusing on cell phones and things like that everybody needs to communicate, whether it's cell phones, computers, and pretty much everything else we use on a daily basis, they have some type of attachment to. For that reason, I don't see this company going that long without making money. So it's a company that I'm definitely interested in purchasing. For this year, 2020, this company has not made that much money, but they have not lost money either. And during these times, a lot of companies are losing money. So if I can find a company that is not losing money during this time, it's definitely, in my opinion, one to watch. And not only are they not losing money now, if you go back to last year, you would see that their revenue is up about 50%. And if you have a company that can increase its revenue by half within 1 year, and they only have a PE of 24, in my eyes, it's kind of a company to get. If you're looking at their 52-week high is 91, the 52-week low is 47, the midpoint in there is right about 69, and the stock is right at about $66. So you're right at that midpoint. The stock has a pretty low PE, so this is an extremely good company to buy right now, in my opinion. I see them doing well throughout this whole pandemic, and I see them doing even better afterwards. If you're looking at Apple, Samsung, GoPro, whatever pretty much technology company you could think of that's doing pretty much anything with motherboards, they have Cirrus Logic technology in it. Anybody who's selling right now. So yeah, I definitely want to be a part of that. Sorry if I keep rambling, but it's just really a good company, and this blunt is really good. This is White Widow. Research that too if you don't know what it is. The fourth and final company on my list is going to be Alibaba. The ticker symbol is just BABA. I meant to write that, but once again, like I said, I'm really high off of this this White Widow right now. Alibaba currently has a PE of 31. As I said earlier, the average company on the stock market that's doing decent has a PE of about 15. Alibaba, once again, is another one of those companies that I see being worth a lot more than the average company, and that I see growing at a rate that's much higher than the average company. Most companies grow at about 10% a year. If you look at 2019, you will see that Alibaba grew its revenue by about 60%. And here in 2020, with everything going on, it has not lost any money this year. They haven't really made much, but as of right now, they haven't lost. And there's a lot of the year to still go. This company's operating expenses for this year is at about $93 billion, and they have about $135 billion on hand. So they could probably last about a year and a half if they were to make no money moving forward. But Alibaba, once again, like these other companies, you should definitely research it. But they're kind of like a Google. They're kind of like a Google and an Amazon put together for China. This company basically has its own search engines. It basically has its own version of YouTube. It has its own version of Amazon, eBay, and many other companies all put together. For that reason alone, I think it's one of the companies that you should definitely pay attention to. If I'm not mistaken, it's the biggest company in China. I know its owner used to be the richest guy in China, Jack Ma, but I think he was recently surpassed. But the guy, when it comes to business, has a great business mind. And just to recap, the reason that this company is the last on my list and the one that I'll probably be buying the most of is because it pretty much checks off everything that I want, except for where it is with the 52-week high. It has a 52-week high of 268 and a low of 151. That halfway point is about 205. The company is currently at 250, but I don't mind paying that premium for a company that's able to increase its revenue yearly. As I said earlier, it has a PE of 31, which is pretty low for a company that's growing at this rate. It has enough cash on hand to last about a year and a half if it wasn't to make any more money after today, which is better than a lot of companies out there right now. Its revenue is not being pushed down this year, even though that's happening for almost every company right now. And last year, this company did amazing when compared to everyone else. And I can see the same thing happening next year once all of these issues begin to clear up. All right, so these companies conclude my list. I'll be buying the most of number 1, and then number 3, and then number 2, and then number 1. And outside of this, there are a few other investments for August of 2020 that I kind of want to put out there in front of you guys. If you're looking at precious metals right now, gold and silver are kind of at their highest, but I do think that they will go up. And the reason that I believe that is because the government is currently dumping a lot of money into stocks, and they're giving a lot of money to people. That's going to cause inflation. So as a result, the cost of other things are going to rise. I do think you're going to see that being reflected in gold and silver, and probably a few times over. Silver is currently at about $20. I expect it to hit about $30 sometime next year. That's not a guarantee. That's just what I personally believe based off of my research. Gold is at about $1,900. I see it breaking 2,000 sometime this year, and maybe anywhere between 2,500 to 3,000 next year. 3,000 is a bit of a stretch, but 2,500 is definitely something I can see in the near future. So if you're looking for other avenues outside of stocks, that's one that I'm kind of, like I said, wanting to put out there for you guys. After that, I'm thinking real estate. And the reason that I'm thinking real estate is because with this whole recession and everything going on, I hate to say it, but a lot of people are going to be losing jobs. If people are losing jobs and can't find jobs that are of equal value, or they have to wait some time to do that, that means that a lot of people are going to lose homes. If people lose homes, that means the price of homes are going to start to go down. So I do think that the value of many people's homes will go down within the next year. Anytime that happens, it's not that great of a market for a seller, but if it's a bad market for a seller, that means it's a great market for a buyer. So for right now, I'm just trying to let you guys know that it might be a good time to get in position to kind of save up and make some moves in real estate. I'm kind of looking at a few things myself, but I'm just waiting for an actual deal to present itself before I move forward. As always, I'm always going to be talking about stocks pretty much no matter what happens. I'll always be letting you guys know. If you're interested in getting into stocks, but you haven't already, or if you're just looking for another avenue to trade, I definitely like to use the Robinhood app. If you're interested in doing that, there's a link below in the description. If you sign up, we both get a free stock. So that's kind of how they sponsor me to an extent and kind of how I can help you. Also, if you're interested in my stock market membership group, definitely go ahead and send me your Cash App donation. My Cash App is somewhere on the page. My symbol, Mansa, $Mansa, ENT. Once you go ahead and Cash App your $20, make sure you include your email address in the notes, and I'll go ahead and add you to my stock market membership group. And at that point, you'll have access to the website. The website is everythingmites.com, and just click on the stock market membership group tab. I don't know if I said it earlier, but there's also a blog on that website. So if you have a stock market question for me that you want to ask or other members in the group to answer for you, you can go ahead and get access to that as well once you sign up for the group. Thank you guys for your time. Have a great day as usual, and hit the like button.
How about the bag, go get the money, count that cash and back to the money, put that on repeat. Go get the bag, cause that's how we coming. If you really about your money, put $1 in the air. If you really about your hustle, put $1 in the air. You ain't taking else for nothing, put $1 in the air. You ain't got no hustle muscle, get the fuck up out of here.